Aloha there, and we're back to talking about the Indian state of Gujarat, or let me see how you pronounce it.
Gujarat.
Gujarat. Gujarta. Gujarat. Gujarat, like jar, like a peanut butter jar, and goo, like slimy good from Nickelodeon. The green old goo from Nickelodeon. Goo, Gujarat. Now, from where we left off is talking about the geography, learning about different places. We watched a video that talks and showcases all of sorts. I left off to religion because looking at the religion, there's just a lot of history, demographic history that goes with the amount of people living in the state of Gujarat. And India as a whole, pretty much South Asia as a whole, because Jesus Christ, there's just a lot of culture here. Just to sum through everything, this pie chart, is pretty informative to an extent. Where what is it? Religion Gujarat in 2011, not 2021, not recently. So it might change, but who knows? Because damn, 88.6% of Hinduism. That's the thing that is still sprungs to my mind. And yeah, what is it? There is a small Jewish community centered around Mega Abraham Synagogue. So actually, it's just right here. And of course, there's this own wiki because there's just a lot of things here. So yeah, what is it? It's in the center. And as you can see here, yeah, it's already here where they have Star David candles, and it's just an invisible space in the middle of the city in the state of Gujarat. Gujarat. And also looking through here, Gujarat is pretty much here. It is unique because there is a few small governments like Daman and Dewey and Jadra and Nagar Havli that sits around the corners of Gujarat, and to India ocean that is just crossing through the state, creating a whole peninsula in it. So when it comes to looking at the whole sea, it can easily be seen. That's how I could easily identify Gujarat. The state of Gujarat is just pretty much here. Because just like the state of Florida, I could easily tell people, hey, that little piece that's sticking out of the mainland US, that is good old fashioned Florida, just sticking out like the rest of the nation. like like a like a scar, like a birthmark scar, just hanging out there and stuff. So I think that that's a way to identify Gujarat whenever I try to identify what parts of India they are. That's just how my mind works. And now under languages, looking through Gujarati, is that how I pronounce it? I got a pie chart here. So Gujarati, yeah, it sounds very close to Gujarat, but it's its own language. Its own wiki around here, along history, demographics, other things related to it, a bunch of graphs, and a lot of resources. So it seems like a lot of people sure don't mind showcasing a lot of resources about this place. Now, Gujarat written in Gujarati script. Gujarat is the language is 85.97% versus Hindi is 6.7%. Now, what is it? Its official language of the state is spoken natively by 86% of the state's population, or 52 million people as of 2011. Other major languages, according to the 2001 census, are Pili, Hindi, Sindhi, Marathi, and Urdu. People of the Kutch region of Gujarat also speak in the Gujarati mother tongue and to a great extent appreciate Sindhi, as well as Medimoni is a mother tongue of Kathwar and Sindhi Memoms, most whom are Muslims, and not English. So that's interesting. So first language is Gujarati, Hindi, English. Second language is Gujarati, English, and third language is Hindi. Following what the average person staying in Gujarat speaks. So government administration, I'm not going to look through that because we're just going to look at the simple geography. But I figure I could look through it. Wiki, see what I spot. Economy during the British Raj, okay. Agriculture, rank one of the most pharmaceutical industries in India. And small farm companies. Let's see. Gujarat has the longest coast in India, yep, and its ports, both private and public sector, handle around 40% of India's ocean cargo. So not just in the Arabian Sea, but all of access of India, it is 40%. With Mandra port located in the Gulf of Koch being the largest port of India by cargo handle of 144 million tons due to the favorable location to the westernmost part of India and closeness to global shipping lanes. Gujarat also contributes around 20% share in India's industrial production and merchandise exports. Alright, 2009 report. Shipbreaking yard in the Gujarat near Bhavnagar. And country terminals. Gujarat has 85% village connectivity with all weather roads. As of 2015, Gujarat ranks first nationwide in gas-based thermal electricity generation with a national market share of over 8%, and second nationwide in nuclear electricity generation with national market share of over 1%. And now we're infrastructure. The tallest tower in Gujarat, Gift 1, was inaugurated on 10 January 2013. One of the tower called Gift 2 has been finished and more towers are planned. So Gift 2 has finished and more towers are planned. And as you can see, the tallest building in Gujarat is the Gift 1, pretty much here. And then there's the industrial growth section. Gujarat's major cities include Ahmedabad, Surat, Voltaraka, Shamnakra, and Bhavanara. Now let's look at the state map here to see if it shows it. So Gandhinagar is just the one that's listed, and that's just pretty much it. So if I just look at town of Gujarat, okay, it's just a simple map that's highlighted of India as a whole. So if what? Okay. I figured I could just search it here and let's see what comes up. And let's look in a big overview map to see what it is. Okay, so this is green. This is more colorful, so let's see what comes up. And I can't even speak the language. Okay, so everything is just highlighted. So how about this? Is that? Nah, that's not even better because that's gonna give me confusion. I think this one might be as well. Let's just stick with this first time. So Kutch, Kutch near the border of Pakistan, is actually here. It's the biggest mass, so yeah, I can remember that. Now, Gandhinagar is the capital here. Now, let me look at how to pronounce this place. Let's see if, yay, I can listen to it.
Gandhinagar.
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 Nagar. Hinnagar. Gandhinagar. Ganihigar. Ganihigar. Okay, so the capital of Gujarat is Gandhinagar. That's pretty much just right here into, let's see, it's in this state. Well, this part of the state. So, Sabarkantha, Gandhinagar. So, to understand, there's big old sections of one state. And it is administrated there. Browsing through pretty much the government section. So actually, let me just quickly browse through there again. Government administration. Is everything sectioned off into different regions because everything has districts. So Gujarat has 33 districts and 250 talukas. They are broadly to be defined into 4 regions. So the 4 regions that exist, there is 33 districts and plus more administration. So the largest cities in the towns in Gujarat is Ahmedabad. So Gandhinagar, the capital, is only the 8th largest town. So the biggest one is let's pronounce this bloody thing.
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad. So let's see where Ahmedabad is in the map. So Gandhinagar is pretty much in the center, somewhat here, and the district Saberkantha, and the largest town Ambandaha or Ahmedabad should be. Let's see if I can find it. And I believe I don't see Ahmedabad. Oh, and it's right next to each other. Ahmedabad. But the thing though would be, this will be the state. It is the most populous city in the Indian state of Gujarat. It is administration headquarters of the Ahmedabad district and the seat of Gujarat High Court. So there is a district in the state of Gujarat that it's also the largest city of Gujarat. Ahmedabad, in the district of Ahmedabad, which is next to the capital city of Gandhinagar, in this district, not the state, but the district of Saberkantha. So wow. So it does show that it is. Let's see. Now looking at the city, but also the state, it has a big nightlife because of it being so big. Big cities tend to have a big nightlife because it's so big that it can operate at night. You have so many businesses, so many people who create a huge demographic of people who are willing to be night owls that will gather up and able to float forth. I mean, that's the case with like nightlife in NYC, for example. But yeah, there's a lot of information here. So I think after looking at that, let me actually finish up. So yeah, we went to the industrial growth, looking through all this and stuff, looking at industries when it comes to more vehicles, when it comes to porting. Now, under energy, as of April 2022, the peak power requirement in the state is 22.7 megawatts. Okay. Aston Fields, 11 milliwatt solar power in Gujarat. Agriculture. The total geographical area of Gujarat is this number, which crops take up this number. The three main sources of growth in Gujarat's agriculture are the cotton production, the rapid growth of high value foods such as livestock, fruits, and vegetables, and from wheat production, which saw an annual average growth rate of 28% between 2000 and 2008. So many produce and stuff like other major produce includes rajad, groundnut, cotton, rice, maize, wheat, mustard, seasoning, pigeon pea, green gram, sugarcane, mango, banana, sapota, lima, gamba, tomato, potato, onion, cumin, garlic, istamgold, and fennel. So what it was, 17 to 18. On Man, there's just a lot of crops that are grown in the state of Gujarat, but I figure that's a bunch of states and territories in India. Man, India, you're big. Gujarat is the main producer of tobacco, cotton, groundnuts in India. Other major food crops produced are rice, wheat, Gujarat, Jowar, maize, and gram. The state and agriculture economy, the total crop area amounts to more than one half the total area around. Okay, and then it talks about animal husbandry and dairying. Okay, I'm gonna go through all this. Okay. Amul was formed in a dairy cooperative in 1946 in the city of Anand, Gujarat to cooperate Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Ltd. It's jointly owned by the around 2.6 million milk producers in Gujarat. 70% Gujarat's area is classified as semi-arid to arid climatically, thus demand on water from various economic activities puts a strain on the supply. So it seems like they can't get a bunch of food they wanted, so they just make the most of it and trade it with other states around India. And yeah, as of electricity in rural areas increased, submersible electric pumps became more popular in the 1980s and 1990s. However, the Gujarat Electricity Board switched to flat tariff rates linked to horsepower of pumps, which increased tube well irrigation again and decreased the use of electric pumps. Unlike many solar power projects, this one does not take up large amounts of land since the panels are constructed over the canals and not on additional land. This results in lower upfront costs since land does not need to be cleared or modified to set up the panels. The Chandrasun project is projected to save 9 million liters of water per year. Alrighty. Government of Gujarat does things like this. To improve soil management and introduce farmers to new technology started, the project was involved giving every farmer a soil health card. And surprisingly, there's no page that exists of it, so it's strange. Well as farmers' names, account numbers, survey numbers, soil fertility status, and general fertilizer dose. This allows the soil test data for the to be interrupted and recommendations or adjustments made in terms of fertilizer requirements, which are also added to this database. Culture. Gujarat is home for the Gujarat people. Yeah. Gujarat was also the home of Mahatma Gandhi, a worldwide figure known for his non-violent struggle against British rule, and Vallabhbhai Patel, a founding father of the Republic of India. So, yeah, that's a small thing. I wonder if they're going to talk about it more. Okay, no, it's probably in its own wiki, culture of Gujarat, which, let's see, I probably might go more into this because since I go to geography, the thing about culture is it tends to last a lot longer than the industry sector and even the climate sector of a given place in the world. But anywho, let me finish this. Literature. Gunjahat's literature history may be traced to 1000 CE. Well-known literatures of Gunjahat's literature are I'm just preparing myself for this. Heman Chandrachara Nasi Mata Mirakba Aku Paramanda Bat Shama Bat Dalaram Lalpatantram Namanda Governor Hamram Champati Mahatma Gandhi K.M. Bunchunchi Ashmet Karajoshi Sarish Goshi Samaranahin Panala Patel and Ranja Shah. Kavi Kant, Sarachan Machi, and Kallipi are famous Gunjahat poets. Gunjahat Vinhan Sabra, Gunjahat Samta Samra, and Gunjahat Satapashni. Okay, so we get it. It's part of Gunjahat. Okay, now at least it's helping me practice with how to say the state. Are Ahmedabad-based literary institutions promoting the spread of Gunjahat literature. Zandahar Rachatran is a landmark novel by Govardhar Ram Tripathi, writers like Chandra Shagana Sundri Shutra. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, it talks about more about names and stuff. A notable contribution to Gunjahat's language literature came from the Somahani Parahanso like Brahmandi Swali Premanda, with prose like Vaishnav and poetry in the forms of Banhans. Alrighty. Gujarat theaters host a lot of Bravavi. Bravavi is a folk musical performance of stage plays. Mumbai theater veteran Aki Panmasi, best known to the English-speaking world for playing Muhammad Ali Jinnah in Sir Richard Attenborough's Gandhi, was from a traditional Guttara Gonchi family from Kantara. Damn. Okay, depiction of Sharadi Ranjatra writing Ashmantini in single sitting of 1.5 hours. Okay, an hour and 30 minutes. One of the longest Gandharati's poetry based on Jain philosophy. Alright, Hamjarachi with his disciple Gunpaplevahi is regarded as the father of Gandharati language. Okay, this part is literature in history. Alrighty, cuisine. Gujarati food is primarily vegetarian. The typical Gujarati thali consists of raliti and bakri and thambali or roto, dal and gandhi, ketati, bat and shak. Indian pickle. Well, and chundo are used in condiments. The four major regions of Gujarati all bring their own styles to Gujarati food. Many Gujarati dishes are decently sweet, salty, and spicy at the same time. In the Saurashtra region, constant buttermilk is believed to be a must-have in their dairy food. So, India, regional variations under, what is this? South Asian pickle. Oh, shoot. So, apparently, in Asia, well, yeah, South Asia to parts of Southeast Asia, yeah, there's just so much Indian pickle. I sure like cucumbers. Now, cinema. The Gujarati film industry dates back to 1932 with their first Gujarati film, Nashi Masha, was released after flourishing from the 1960s to 1980s. Alright. Government of Gujarat announced a 100% entertainment tax exception for Gujarati films in 2005 and a policy of incentives in 2016. Okay, to increase the industry, demand stuff. Now, music. Gujarati's folk music, known as Sungara Sangeet, is a hereditary provision of the Bharati community. Ganfi and Charan communities contribute heavily in modern times. The omnipresent instruments in Gujarati folk music included wind instruments such as tur, bongol, and pav, string instruments, my mistake, string instruments such as the ravin, hothol, altor, and chantar, and percussion instruments such as the mandra and sans pot drum. And looking through the pictures, man, they sure like to dance too. Tori's playing Danjutsu Bus. It seems like she's having a challenging sim. Yeah, it's just gonna be faces to everybody. Yeah, they're these three are just having the time of their challenging lives in the moment. Alrighty. So under festivals, the folk traditions of Gujarati include Bhavi and Rasgara. Bhavi is a folk theater and it is partly entertainment and partly ritual and is dedicated to Ambanda. The Rasgara is a folk dance done in celebration of Navratri by Gujarati people. The folk costume of this dance is Chanra Cholo. For women and Kandi for men, different styles and steps of Garda include Dorahi, Simple 5, Simple 7, Ponhati, Trikonya, hand movement which forms an imaginary triangle, Leri, Transratli, Butterfly, Hindu, Hoodoo, two claps, and many more. Okay. Diffusion of culture. Due to the close proximity to the Arabian Sea, Gujarati is developed a mercantile ethos which maintain a cultural tradition of seafaring, long-distance trading, and overseas contacts with outside world since ancient times. And the diffusion of culture through Gujarati dispersio. Yeah, I'm pronouncing it wrong. My mouth is just... Diaspora was a logical outcome of such a tradition. During the pre-modern period, various European sources have observed these merchants form diaspora communities outside of Gujarat and many parts of the world, such as the Persian Gulf, Indian East, Horn of Africa, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and the Philippines, long before the internal rise of the Mantha dynasty and the British Raj colonial occupation. Long history of traveling and spreading its culture. Now, alrighty. Earlier 1st century Western historians such as Strobel and Neoclassius, you see, I can't just pronounce Indian names, I can't even pronounce European types of names, are testament to Gujarat's people's role in the spread of Buddhism and in the Mediterranean. When it was recorded in the Sumera monk Sarn and Baraganza met Nicholas of Damascus in Antico, while Augustus ruled the Roman Empire, and shortly thereafter proceeded to Athens, where he burned himself to death and to demonstrate his faith. A tomb of Soroma are still visible in the time of Potra, which bore the mention this, which translates to the Samartha master from Bharagaza in India. Alright. Programmer on standard goals, for example, the forces. Wow, that's interesting. Many Indians migrated to Indonesia and the Philippines. To the first Indian settlements in the Philippines and Java island of Indonesia are believed to have been established with the coming of the Prince Jopra of Gujarat with 5,000 traders. They actually sent a mission, and the Gujarat ship has been depicted in the sculpture of Bordor, Java. So, it has a presence there in parts of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Southeast Asia. So, I'll come back to talking more about Gujarat and learning more about it. So, anywho, aloha.